All right, what's up? Let me get this out here. Cool. We're live. We did it. Let me get this. I'm just posting this in places. Really haven't figured out the software yet, if we're being honest. And that's okay. All right. You guys ready? Let me know when you get in here. There we go. At least I'm here. Yes, you are. And I am grateful for it. What I want to do is I want to make this public, but I don't really know how to push all those buttons. I'll do it afterward. I want to break this down real quick because we do have a launch tomorrow. We are launching Guardian tomorrow, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll touch on the Guardian launch tomorrow, but I want to address this because it's been sitting on my to-do list, and it's the perhaps, William, how you doing? Perhaps the most important underlying concept or principle that people are missing entirely in this whole crypto game. Okay, now, I have consulted companies. I have consulted people that are just starting, people that have made millions, and people that have made billions in many, many, many different industries. And obviously, we play in crypto. And while it seems like a bunch of different things, it's not. It is not a bunch of different things. The tools are a little bit different, okay? But what people are doing when they call up their tax advisor, when they're Googling how to get rich, when they're playing in crypto, when they're moving money around bank accounts, when they're opening businesses, there's this underlying question everybody is asking. And I got this from my partner, the wealth wizard himself, Dan Nicholson. And what we realize is that everybody is asking the same question. Am I going to be okay? That's all. Am I going to be okay? Am I going to be able to make ends meet? Am I going to have a future? Will I be able to pay for the things that I want tomorrow? Will I be able to pay for the things I want next week? So it's really important to understand that we're all trying to answer the same question at some level, which is, am I going to be okay? We panic, we FOMO, and we make mistakes when we're worried we're not going to be okay. So we start acting irrationally. All right, so we'll address that real quick. Now here's a formula that's really, really important. Anxiety is uncertainty times powerlessness. Notice it's multiplicative, meaning a little bit of uncertainty and a little bit of powerless does not increase anxiety a little. It increases anxiety exponentially, right? Again, it's a multiplicative equation. That also means if you can eliminate a little uncertainty and eliminate a little bit of powerlessness over the outcome, we can relieve anxiety tremendously. Okay, so you can easily, because it's multivariable, you can easily say, which is Dan Nicholson does, financial anxiety equals financial uncertainty times financial powerlessness. Right? Emotional anxiety equals emotional uncertainty times emotional powerlessness. Okay. So to drive anxiety down, we must increase certainty and increase the power we have over the outcome. Which is why in crypto, in particular, I'm not a huge fan of pick a coin and hope and pray. You have zero power over that outcome, right? And there's zero certainty. So you have these Telegram groups and these Discords and these communities that are incredibly high anxiety because they are choosing a strategy or a tactic or a method that is inherently uncertain and they have no power over. Okay? Don't hope and pray. That is why people are anxious wrecks. right? We got to drive up the power over the outcome. We have to drive down the uncertainty. Right? Let me know if that makes sense. Drop a comment, hit the like button, do all that stuff. This is unlisted, so it won't actually help, but we're going to practice doing that, because when I do make these public, I just don't know how to do it through the software. When we do make these public, those likes and those engagements are going to fuel it. All right? So how do we drive down the uncertainty, drive up the power over the outcome? And there's 3 C's. Okay? You can write this down if you want. 3 C's. I'll break this down in the Wolfden Discord as well. Everybody is trying to collapse time. Okay, that's the 3rd C, collapse time. Right? I've got to get there faster. I'm in a rush. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Right? The problem is you cannot collapse time. Right? If I said, hey, Google Maps, get me there faster. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Come on, give me the fastest route. Google Maps, as sophisticated as it is, it cannot collapse time to get me from point A to point B if we don't know what point A and point B is. A lot of people are collapsing time. They think they're collapsing time, and they're rushing in a big circle, right? There's the vector component missing, meaning it's speed without a vector, right? We want velocity. We don't actually want speed. Okay, so everybody's collapsing time. Everybody's in a rush. But you cannot effectively collapse time, okay, until you have developed certainty over the directions, right? You cannot get from my house to your house faster if you are not certain about where my house is, where your house is, and the paths that will lead, right? You at least have to be certain on which direction it is. So everybody's rushing without certainty. So certainty must precede collapsing time. We must have a viable route with viable alternatives before we can rush. Okay? So certainty, that's what most people sell you, by the way. They sell you, yes, I can build you a funnel. Yes, you can invest in this coin and you'll make a bunch of money. Yes, they're selling you a level of certainty. The problem is we cannot have certainty if we do not have clarity. Is a funnel actually going to get me what I want? Is aping into shitcoins all day going to get me what I want? Have I ever defined what I want? And most people haven't. So clarity precedes certainty. So what we must do is slow down. My suggestion, anyways, we slow down, okay? Because we're collapsing time. We need to get certainty about the path. What do I actually want, and what's the most efficient path forward, right? And before we can get certainty on what you want and the path forward, we have to get clarity on your values. Clarity on your values. Okay? Does that make sense? Hopefully, all we're looking at is, I am here and I want to be here. How big is that gap? And then, what is the most efficient way to build a bridge across that gap? Nobody's doing that. That's why everybody's failing. There's a lot of reasons people don't define success. They'll go $1 million, but that's not success. $1 million represents something to you, right? Sleeping well at night, being home with your family, retiring your spouse. Those are the things that matter. Now, oftentimes we don't define them, because if we define success, we have also effectively defined failure. Right? If you say, I'm a success when I'm home at 5 p.m. to have dinner with my family as long as my kids are in the house, you can't hide behind any numbers anymore. You are a failure until you have developed a plan or a strategy to be home by 5 p.m. to have dinner with your family. Okay? So until you can gut check yourself and figure out what actually matters to you, you're going to lose. Crypto, fiat, business, you're going to lose. Even if you win, you're not going to get what you want. Talk about that in a minute. All right. So the question then, okay? The question is, okay, I'm going to get clarity. I am here. This is where I want to be. This is what I want my life to look at. I want to pay off my mortgage. I want to be home by 5 p.m. And I want my wife to never have to work again. I don't know. Just made those up. Okay. Given what I know today, if nothing changes and I extrapolate it out, am I on track to do that in a time frame that is reasonable? Most people will be like, yeah, well, at this rate, I'll pay off my mortgage in 700 years and my wife will be able to retire in 400 years. That's not acceptable. Okay? So it's not acceptable. We got to make a change. If we make a change, we got to take on risk. It is good to take on risk if the alternative is unacceptable. Right? Because the alternative is unacceptable. So we do have to take on risk. So the question is, am I on track? If I know I am here and I want to be here and this is an acceptable timeline, if I am on track, the certainty is removing risk, not adding it. It's not more revenue, it's not more money, it's not bigger moonshots. If you are on track to get what you want in a timeline that is appropriate, right? Doing more or going faster increases the risk that you don't get what you want, but you're already on track for. So you remove risk. You can do that with crypto. You can use crypto as a hedge to make sure you lock in the thing you're already on track for. People aren't doing that. They're on track to get what they want, and they're aping in and losing it all, and they're actually getting further and further away from what they want in life. It's ridiculous. Okay, now on the flip side, if you are not on track, then you do have to take on a little bit more risk to get on track. How much risk depends on the numbers, right? So crypto can absolutely get you on track if you are not on track. But if you are, then playing it the way that somebody else would that is not on track is silly. Because the point of all of this, everything you do, is to get what you want. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If you are working really hard and you are aping in and you are losing your money, even if you do hit a moonshot and that moonshot gets you back to break even, and you're not getting closer to what you want, if you're not getting the things that you want out of life, what is the point? I kind of want to just walk away and leave you with that. What is the point? This is why we built the Wolfden. This is why Wolfies exists. This is why Guardian exists, is to give you the tools and the resources and the insight to help you figure out what it is that you want. Okay? Get clarity on what you're trying to accomplish, and then use the various cryptocurrencies and tools and stuff that doesn't exist anywhere else. Crypto is amazing. Use the tools to either increase certainty and remove risk, like you cannot do anywhere else. Crypto has opportunities nobody else has, or you can't find anywhere else, or get you on track, right? Different strategies for different people, and it's based on priorities. It's based on timelines. That's why I told you all to get the Certainty app. The Certainty app is going to help you do it. There should be a link in the comments or in the description. So I told everybody to get the Certainty app because I'm going to show you how to do that so you can have a strategy and say, hey, I know if I go in, here's mine. I'll share mine at a very high level. I'll share this in the Wolfden later. Given my current assets, every possible scenario I could think of within reason, and my belief about where Bitcoin is going. Okay, so my belief is part of this. You don't have to adopt that belief. You might have a different one. I can do all this crypto stuff, right? But given my current holdings, my current assets, my companies, savings, all that stuff, if I take one BNB a day, if I just pull one BNB a day, and I exchange it for Bitcoin, about $300 of Bitcoin every day, I get everything that I want with a high level of certainty by my 40th birthday. Do you know how simple it is now for me to go into crypto, and as long as I pull one BNB a day, I'm good. So if I pull a BNB and then I get in a honeypot or I get in a rug pull, I don't really care. Not because I'm careless, but because I've backed into the strategy. I've removed the anxiety of playing this game. Okay? Some people might need more. Some people might need less. Some people might just need to take their savings that they're getting a 0.01% interest on, convert it to stablecoin and get 15% interest. And that might help them retire 5 years earlier. It could be that simple. But that's okay, because what's the point? The point is to get what you want. Right? So that's Guardian, Wolfies, the Wolfden. That's my role, is just help provide this insight and ask challenging questions and help you figure out how can you use this phenomenal opportunity that is crypto to increase power, decrease uncertainty, and get what you want. All right, it's going to look a little bit different for everybody. That's why you shouldn't copy me. You shouldn't go buy $300 of Bitcoin a day if you don't have the same belief in Bitcoin that I do. You develop your own strategy. We'll help you with that. That's why the Wolfden is so important. It's just about certainty. It's about getting what you want and having an unfair advantage over everybody else, because either nobody else is in crypto, very small population is playing crypto, which gives you a huge advantage, and the people that are in crypto, they're playing a guessing game. They have no power over the outcome, and they have no certainty over what they're doing. They don't know when to buy. They don't know when to sell. They don't know when to stop. And a rug pull or a honeypot can wreck them. I cannot get ruined. I cannot get wrecked by a rug pull or a honeypot. You know how much confidence I have playing in the game? Because you can't wreck me. Not because of any special qualities I have, but because I backed into the strategy that I use. And I know if I do X, I get what I want. So I don't have to do more than X. And after I do X, I can do whatever I want. And if it blows up significantly, it doesn't matter, because I already locked in the things that I want in life. Okay? Lock it in. That's it. Certainty is about locking in. Clarity is about getting clear on what you want. Certainty is about locking it in, developing a strategy that as long as you do this, you get what you want. Then collapsing time is saying, okay, now that we've locked this in, now we can take moonshots. There's no risk, no downside. We've already locked in our wins. Now we could take moonshots. And if I hit a 8 million X, cool. I retire on my 38th birthday or my 35th birthday instead of my 40th, right? You have to do it in that order. Otherwise, clarity, certainty, collapsing time. Otherwise, you are only trying to collapse time, which means either you hit a moonshot, right, or you never get what you want. Where do you think the probability falls, right? It's like playing Russian roulette. Stupid game to play. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it's helpful. We're going to launch Guardians tomorrow, Thursday the 15th. If you're watching this sometime after that, you're going to want to be in Wolfies. You're going to want to be in Guardian. You can go to wolfdencrypto.com. There should be links in the description. And please, if this is helpful, share it. Share it with anybody that would benefit. I want people to understand how powerful crypto is, and it's not just Russian roulette, right? It's not just, oh, pray to God that I don't get the bullet, especially because Russian roulette, there's an 83% chance that you don't die. In crypto, there's like a 99% chance that you do. Okay. See you guys at the launch tomorrow.